that. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause niggas ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside.
Are you actually autistic? I thought we were just making jokes this whole time.
He can draw a mean
Welcome
pun.
back to the Mod Hat.
Jesus Christ, man.
What the fuck was that? Welcome back to the Mod Hat Podcast, where Raleigh likes taking off his shirt. I guess we're doing pornos now. So with us today, we got Jeremy and Ray, and it's kind of fitting.
Totally skip over Barnes.
Jeremy's always with us.
Totally skip over Barnes.
Me, just whatever. I don't count.
My boy, look at the bones on the elbow sticking out. You gotta wear a hole in the desk.
Oh, this week we have Ray and Barnes with us. We decided, since our topic this week was the ideal male body, or male body positivity, or whatever the fuck we're talking about, we'd invite the two fat fuckers on.
Barnes isn't fat, though, is he? Take off your shirt, Barnes. Come on, let's see.
Please don't.
Get the titties out. Oh.
All right,
Well, we just lost all
Right.
monetization on this video.
Brandon, why don't you give us a little?
Fat people, and 8 of them are here. So
Why don't you give us a little short intro, a little bit about yourself? Turn-ons, turn-offs.
Food's a turn on. You just start with that. 12 years in the Army. I gave that up real quick after I felt like not exercising
12
anymore.
years you didn't.
Oh yeah, you grabbed that titty.
Yeah. Yeah, currently do security and loving life.
What?
Yeah, pretty much. So you got to turn and give the appearance that you have a weapon.
What he also failed to mention is he is also one of the founding members of Augusta Euros, our car group that we got.
Yeah.
With him and Jeremy, we all kind of founded this group and have built it up to what it is these days. So
The OG3.
Yeah, the OG3, and then Boots was the 4th, and then it was downhill from there.
It was dog shit after that.
From there.
That was your last chance at standards, and you blew it.
And what are you doing now,
Pretty
Barnes?
He said,
Yeah, security. So,
Yeah.
You
Actually,
literally made a joke about it. I'm
That's
glad
what
I'm
you
not
do
the
in
only one that's messing it up over here.
That's what you do for the car scene in
You
Augusta.
don't want to tell me
right
about
now?
your audio business?
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know how in depth y'all wanted me to go, but yeah, I run my own audio business, car audio installation, build custom glizzies. I mean batteries, and yeah. So hopefully I pick up this IT job that I was telling you about a little earlier, and give me a little bit more time to kind of focus on some other things. So
Speaking of glizzies, man, why don't you move that thing?
So
a little
what's the
closer
name
to
of your
face, man? I can't even hear him.
what?
Still funny.
It's not a tater tot. You
What's the
I know I had 2 containers of those today.
what's the name of your audio company?
It's a Havok Audio LLC. You can find it on Facebook and Google. So.
Yeah, and for those in the Augusta area, surrounding areas, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, anywhere you want to come, we will link it below our YouTube video and whatnot. We'll put a link also in, our other platforms. We'll go ahead and put a link if you're into any kind of audio and audio installation. He's the man to see.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get you taken care of cheaper than anyone else. So.
Nice.
So with that, moving on, we'll go ahead and move on to the main subject of this podcast, which is male body positivity, ideal male body, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what we called it earlier. Will, what's your take on it?
Man,
We'll call him a skinny one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd like to point out that, like, even though I'm insanely thin, that Jeremy, what the fuck, bro? It's worse because he's on the right hand side of my screen, so I'm looking at everybody else, and then I look over.
Get in there, Barnes.
If we're all doing this, then let's fucking do it.
So, anyways,
Get it the fuck out, buddy. You're really having a hard time today.
I am. Yeah.
Canadian?
So, one thing that I've found is a lot of people think it's kind of easy just being as thin as I am, and that I don't get made fun of the same way that somebody of a larger size would.
Which is not true. We all make fun of him daily.
But, it's just, I don't know. I guess I want to bring that up is where, do you feel as if being on the other side of the spectrum is just as bad, or is it worse, or is it easier? What are your thoughts on?
Well, I kind of have an interesting perspective because I spent most of my life looking like you. I'm not fucking ugly. I just mean skinny. And so it wasn't until I got into like ninth or 10th grade and started hitting weights and put on fucking 30, 40, 50 fucking pounds in a matter of like a year and a half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so having experienced both, I don't know, it's a little hard because half of this battle is kind of how we perceive ourselves and our own self-conscious or self-confidence and whatnot. The other half of that, of course, is biological sexual selection, right? So I wasn't getting any fucking attention in middle school, so I guess you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to equate that, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a skinny dude and trying to pick up chicks.
Bro,
As a fat dude.
You're ugly, though. You look like a fucking weekend.
That's true. It was worse when I was younger. You think it's bad now. As a fat dude, it's kind of hard, man, because I really started putting on weight as like fat dudes came in style. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, say it. I see you. Ooh, you motherfucker! You even pursed up your little lips like your damn glizzy was there. Anyway, so
no, bro.
I don't know, man. I'm
fat too. Goddamn.
As much as I catch hell, you good? As much as I catch hell, this is like the best fucking time to be fat. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, that's my fucking.
Yeah, I guess unfortunately for Will, like skinny's out, bro, and like dad bod is 100% in.
Feels bad.
Sorry, dude.
Who said being
What about
fat
you,
is
Boots?
nice?
What's your
It's like
opinions?
104 degrees out, my guy. Like, I got like puddles under these
He
double
also-
D's, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but if
shit
it hits
sucks.
30 degrees, if it hurts 30 degrees, like,
Puddles,
I'm a
bro.
fucking... If it hits 30 degrees, I'm
what you-
freezing my ass off while you guys are all comfy and warm.
I'm
You're
always
also
fine.
anemic.
degrees.
Your fucking house
Yeah.
is 78 degrees.
Yeah, I was gonna say what you fail to realize, Ray, is he keeps his fucking house at 104.
I know he does.
It's at 67 right now,
It's a
so...
terrarium. It's not even a house.
It's 67 in here.
Right. Yeah, the
66.
number's
If I got the
backwards,
fan on,
76. With a 0 behind the 6.
Damn.
What's your thoughts, Boots?
So I'm actually, I've had a weird kind of relationship with food my whole life. So even when I was
Did you try to fuck it or
no.
So then what?
What's weird about it?
I think
As
Che
in-
Dorena did a whole series on "Is he gonna fuck that food?" featuring Boots and an avocado.
But I mean they are soft, But
bro.
no, the whole idea of the whole self-control with eating thing. Twice in my life, I broke 200 pounds, and both time I hated myself. So
What a way to make me feel like shit.
Well, for context, how tall are you, Boots?
5'10" on my best day. Barnes, what are you like? 6 even?
6 feet? Yeah. I'm 6 feet and like 260-ish. Maybe 265, somewhere right in there. So
To your credit, you've also got shoulders. I don't.
I have fat up there. That's about what I got.
Hey, it's something. I didn't say they were hard shoulders, but
So back to this weird relationship with food and you trying to fuck it.
yeah, basically. So other than fucking avocados, I've had kind of an eating problem, and until 2015, I didn't have a solution. Picked up nicotine, and I used that as kind of a appetite suppressant until maybe a month ago. No, not even, maybe 3 weeks. And it sucked. I've put on 15, 20 pounds in 3 weeks. So
Yeah, no, I'll contest to that because like the smallest I've ever been in my adulthood is like 195, and that was when I came back from Afghanistan, and just nicotined up fucking from head to toes, bro. I was fucking smoking a cigarette with a dip in on deployment, and anyone who's been on deployment knows that fucking life. Barnes is like,
Yo, when I could buy a whole carton of cigarettes for $3, I still went through $45 a week. Like,
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
yeah, I smoked up.
I was smoking like 3 packs a day because it was financially responsible for me to do so. So,
Right. Yeah.
Cringy.
I smoked a
Rough.
fuck ton on deployment, dude. And like I said, I would even have a dip in sometimes while I'm smoking. So I came back at like 195 because I was living off of beef jerky, fat burners, and fucking nicotine at the time.
don't forget Rippets.
Rippets.
Yeah. Oh, bro, Rippets, dude. 15 of them in one setting is what I drink, and I've never felt fucking worse in my life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, so like we used to get them by cases. You know what I'm saying? So
Free
like,
from the army and the military.
yeah. Yeah, so we'd get them by cases, and so like one day we just fucking sat down like 3 cases on the table, and we just sat there between like 4 of us and saw how much we could drink in one setting, dude. I think it was like 15. Granted, they're small bottles, but they're just filled with fucking caffeine, dude.
I mean, you can literally see every fountain in every color after drinking like 3 of them. So,
Yeah. And I never felt worse. The only time I felt worse is when I did a fucking IV of Monster, and that was don't do that, kids.
But as an adult,
but
I've been between $170 and 205, and that whole time, no matter what kind of shape I was in, no matter how fit I was, I've always had this like spare tire going on.
Spare tire.
And I haven't been able to get rid of it. I don't know why.
That's because you don't train core.
Yeah, it's because
Gotta do your sit-ups, bro.
you also probably
I
eat like
was maxing sit-ups for years.
You also probably eat
Yeah, but what is Army Max's?
like
Yeah.
80.
What is Army Max
I
for
think
sit-ups?
it's 68.
I want to say it
Well,
was
now-
like 80, 84.
now-
I realize.
The ACFT is very different. The APFT, it was like right around 80 or 85 or something like that.
Yeah, I never took the ACFT. I got out right before that. So
Okay, so and my next question is: did you actually fucking max it out, or did you have a good fucking teammate that went 1, 5, 30?
every
40.
time.
You're good.
with
100.
different-
No, the
every
Army
time
does
with
it
different
different than
judges,
that.
max it out.
There's 2 like NCO graders that like make it their personal effort like to make sure that you're like fucked over. You know what I mean? Like I swear to God, they worked at Burger King before, and they were the ones that were like stingy with the ketchup packets. You know what I'm saying? Like it's their personal stash. Like there's only so many
So, like,
points we can
so
award
we
this
usually-
morning for fucking sit-ups, and if you take them all, the next guy doesn't get any. Like get the fuck out of here.
pretty much.
For us, it was like 100 crunches. It was crunches in the Marine Corps. 100 crunches was perfect score for crunches. And I mean, yeah, you had a few people like wandering around that were proctors. But while they were standing behind you, you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as soon as they fucked off, you went 35, 45, 55, 65. You're good, buddy. Whatever. You got 100. It's 100 crunches, bro. Like I could do 100 crunches as fat as I am these days. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's in
what are
2
you
minutes?
actually testing?
Yeah, I mean,
That's fair.
yeah, because there, all you have to
Yeah,
do
in
is
2
just
minutes.
get your shoulder blades off the ground, right? And basically tuck your arms to your thighs, right? So the closer you are,
Yeah,
the
so it's
easier it is.
you cross your arms like this. Yeah, you cross your arms like this, and then your elbows have to touch your thighs.
Yeah.
Now
For
the
us,
trick to it
was
is
interlocked back here all
Yep.
the way up.
And you have
Yeah.
to sit
Yeah, so
straight
it's,
up.
yeah, so it's cross your arms, and then like I said, your elbows have to touch your thighs. But me sitting here, I have long arms naturally. I've got probably a fucking 76-inch wingspan. So for me sitting right here, I am probably 7-8 inches from my fucking thighs just sitting down at a normal seating position. So when I'm laying down and then I put my knees up even further, you know what I'm saying?
You're just kind of
As long as your feet are flat on the ground, bro, I'm just sitting here going,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and that's it. That's all there is for me. So I'm lucky enough that I have long arms. There's other people who aren't lucky and they got, these little T-Rex arms and they actually have to work for it. However, you always team up with your buddy, you know what I'm saying? And he hooks you up. Yeah, he got 100.
Yeah, if you could pick them, yeah. But
Yeah, don't be a
Ours
little
was
dick.
always
You got to line up
in
accordingly.
boot camp. Yeah, no, in boot camp it was like that. It was like, you know what I'm saying? You split off. It was 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you all split off, and that was your partner. But once you hit the fleet, dude, hey, pick a partner.
But no, to answer your
You know what I'm
question, I
saying?
was like legit maxing sit-ups every time. That was my strongest event. There was that. There was 2 mile run in 14 minutes flat. That was give or take 10 seconds, depending on time of year or whatever.
It's not even impressive.
It's 13
Well, still,
minutes. It's 13 minutes to max.
13 was max.
Yeah,
But I
training
was
was
okay at running.
36 or
I
something.
was maxing sit-ups and
16,
I
36.
passed push-ups, whatever. But I was still averaging like 240 to 260 out of 300. So not terrible. And you could hit me in the stomach and you could feel there's something under there, but there was still fucking fat tire right there at the bottom. No matter how much muscle was there.
But my question to you though is like, as a male, do you need a 6-pack, or is that little flat tire? Is that flat tire okay? Like
honestly, I'd be okay with having a fucking Barnes beer gut. If it was evenly distributed fat, I'd be fine with that. But no, it's all right up there on the bottom row.
That's fair. That's fair because that's how I am. I'm just kind of, I don't look like I'm chunky, but I'm chunky.
Yeah, he's
can
got a
deal
good
with
point,
the
though.
Evenly
It's-
distributed, but
Distribution matters, but more importantly, how does that really affect you, though? You know what I mean? Like he said,
Honestly,
like
I
does
don't
you
like the
having
look
that
of it.
little pooch, is that a game changer for you? Does that affect you at all? Like you say, it's something that has bothered you this whole time, but like, is it really?
I don't like the look of it. Does it affect my daily life functionally? No. Like I can still see
But
my
why
pecker and
Why? I mean, you're good then.
Yeah.
You got most of us beat.
You got everybody but Will beat there, so
But I mean, like, why don't you like the look of it? Is it because society says that you're supposed to have this, or is it just?
I personally would either want it to fuck off or at least distribute evenly. Personally. And not having love handles on the side would be nice. The sides of the tire.
It's just something for Jeremy to grab onto.
You coming to visit, big dog?
Them hip grits,
I didn't know he was coming to town.
I'd be like that.
That's fair. Ray, what you got on this subject?
So believe it or not, I wasn't always El Grande. I just over the past 2 or 3 years, with the sit-down desk job, and I've gone through a lot of shit. Back in 2019 and 2020 was rough for me, so that didn't help.
Just say you ate your feelings away.
and I
dude.
ate my feelings
Yeah,
away.
we all
That was
do,
part
buddy.
of
It's
it.
fine.
Attaboy.
It's been rough. I used to weigh like 220, and I thought I was fat back at 220, and then I look at myself now, and I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, I ate myself when I was at 220 now. So like,
What are you at now? Just
I'm about 100
Height,
pounds.
weight.
I'm about
For
100
reference.
pounds heavier, man. It sucks. Like my
Like
left,
5'8",
And height?
320?
I'm like 5 foot I want to say 8, but it's probably 5'7". I'm short. Got little T-Rex arms too, so that doesn't help anything at all either.
I think 5'7" is actually average.
Yeah, it's just average.
Yeah, I think it's 5'8".
Yeah, so like I haven't always been this big. It's just lately I've gotten this big, so, and I have to suffer the consequences. So I'm trying to fix that. With Will doesn't really make fun of me for being fat, but everybody else in the chat besides Barnes does. So like,
we're also pro bullying, so you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit rough. Like it sucks not being able to like just walk places without my back hurting. That's like absurd. I'm 26 years old. So like
You're not alone in
When was the
that.
last
All
time-
of
I
us.
was gonna say it's like
man.
I weigh literally less than a paperweight, and my back still hurts no matter what. So.
Okay, so it's not just me. It's regardless.
Yeah,
like
that's not
it's
a
just
fat
not.
thing.
I'm just not at a healthy weight right now, so I'm trying to fix that as we speak.
When was the last time you saw your toes without bending over?
Believe it or not, I can still see my toes. It's just,
He got big feet.
now can I reach them? Probably not.
You got them big old Shrek
No,
feet, though, huh? They're like
so how-
perfect rectangles.
I do have.
I'll be
I
honest
kind of do have like
Them-
little Flintstone feet. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, you got them yabba dabba doos.
so yeah, that's where
What
I'm
does
at
everyone
right now.
here weigh anyway?
What's that, Boots?
So one thing I also want to bring up is, do you
Oh fuck, man, no! Please don't make me
What?
do this.
what one
We'll
thing
get
I also
demonetized. They'll think they're like women's titties. Like, please don't do this.
Versus who? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
one thing I also want to bring up is, do you believe that there's, especially when it comes to dating? I think all of you guys are all in a relationship. I'm single, so, well, sort of, but.
Please do go on with that statement.
yeah, I'll go on. There's some
Continue.
juice there. Come on, buddy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see in time.
You're also the only
Do you
one with a
believe that-
two-digit weight. So if that speaks to
Jeremy, he's trying to talk.
I can't tell. I can't fucking hear
Do you-
anything. I'm fat and deaf.
Do
Okay?
you-
Son of a bitch.
You shut the fuck up. Do you believe that there's a double standard when it comes to women's body image and male's body image? Specifically, like, you always hear about, especially when it comes to dating and now online dating, where women want males to be a certain height, a certain image, but get upset. And it's vice versa. I don't mean to, target anybody, but it's also vice versa where, you get shorter guys that are upset because a woman wants something, but they're also like, oh, I want you to be a certain, body
Go look up
style.
hypergamy.
I honestly don't think it's that way anymore. Like I
Stay up, short king.
I legitimately don't feel like that's as much of an issue now.
No,
I could be wrong.
I think
but
5 years ago.
I just feel that way from what I've seen. And
I think 5 years ago it was an issue, but like
It's
today's
kind
society,
of like
bro,
going
like-
away now.
yeah, like thick women are in, dad bod is in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just
Now, but then
unfortunately you skinny guys.
then you got the Super Bowl. We're gonna shame 50 Cent, but we're not gonna shame Lizzo. Lizzo's empowering.
Ooh.
50 Cent's a fat boy.
Hot topic.
Huh?
You can't shame women like publicly, like, but you can do it to men. So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
so
So, I mean, I guess we could say that it's like it's still shown, but it's getting less and less of an issue.
Well, this is what I find
what
funny
do you
about
guys
that
think?
topic. No, go ahead, Barnes.
no, I was gonna say, I think a lot of that has to do with like the media aspect of things, right? Because women shop more, women are more on Pinterest and Instagram and the modeling community, right? Like 90% of the stuff you see is, at least online, is like mostly women oriented, right? Clothes and accessories and all that kind of stuff. So
That's just your tailored ads, big dog.
Well,
You're going off the search history.
maybe, but I mean, you have like the stores and the shopping industry, right, is still geared toward women, so there's still kind of that stigma of you got to look this way if you want to be nice, or look good or whatever. So,
Yeah. Well, I think to counter what you said too is like a lot of the times when women are like, "Oh, I can't wear the same thing, twice in a week," or "I can't look this way." I've never heard a male say anything about what a woman wears, or like.
I think that's
You know what
I
I'm
think that's
saying?
a
Like-
common misconception, bro. Yeah.
Didn't you wear that on Thursday? Like, no. I
Yeah.
don't,
Well, no. That's what I'm saying though is like it's never been a male, bro. But I've heard females gossip about that shit. So like it's other females that are gossiping about what females wear and how they look, and oh, she's got cottage cheese in her thighs. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah, dudes make fun of me.
Us
for being
dudes are like-
fat, not women.
right.
I mean, seriously, they do. That's where I get shit from.
Jeremy, let's be honest. Does anybody actually make fun of you for being fat?
outside
Yeah,
of
I do all the time.
outside of-
Besides,
Everybody's like, yeah, me, bro.
besides
Me,
the
right
bullying
here.
group, besides the bullying,
Generally
group,
speaking,
anybody
people
outside
are
of
much
here,
more timid about it, but they'll make jokes. Or honestly, like because I'm the funny fat guy, I'm 6'4" and 300 pounds. So, I mean, I am I'm the court jester of every group. I'm a social butterfly. So I'll make
How's the
jokes.
weather up there?
Yeah, I'll make jokes about myself, and then they just kind of laugh along and agree. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, and you can kind of tell how I split the room accordingly, males versus females. Because I'll make
I
a
think-
joke like that, and guys will go, "Yeah, you fat bitch," and women will go, "Yeah, but you're tall." You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't. I tell them my weight.
So we
most
see what's
people
important
don't
in the
believe
women's
that
side
I'm
of the house.
300 fucking pounds. You know what I mean?
Goes back to distribution.
Well, going back to the whole, like, it's usually male versus male and female versus female. I think it's common misconception when it comes to females and like, oh, you have to dress.
call them females. They're gonna go re.
You have to dress a certain way.
Host mad.
I tried to hold my composure. I couldn't. But I feel like it's a thing where women feel like guys want them to have to be in like this nice red dress, all prettied up, when like you don't have to be that way. For us to think it's this motherfucker.
So like, and to caveat off of that though, like most of us though, like, will we enjoy seeing you in a nice red dress and all pretty?
Oh, yeah,
pretty
absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
Like,
you
yeah,
come in,
but it's not-
you waking up in the morning like just as good.
Yeah, bro, that messy bun and sweatpants
Facts.
is way
Facts. Like, oh man. Ooh, you want to give the guy a
Way
chump.
better.
And if they got your T-shirt on,
Oh man.
that's like a
Yep.
flag on a conquered land, baby.
Yep.
That's fucking nice.
What about you, Barnes? What's your whole opinion on male body image and whatnot?
So I don't know. I guess I kind of have a different viewpoint on it, right? Because I guess mainly because of the way that I grew up, right? So I grew up in and out of foster care. I grew up homeless. I grew up bouncing around from homeless shelter, living with friends, right? All that kind of stuff. So I was always the weird kid, right? Like I was the kid that like.
You're still the weird kid.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? But,
Don't worry,
yeah.
I am too, buddy. It's okay.
Yes.
We'll be weird together.
But so like I was always self-conscious about things, right? Because like I didn't always have food, and I didn't always have clean clothes, and I didn't always have access to a shower, and right. So like there was a lot of like I guess self-image there, even though I never got any of that feedback. But it was always like to myself, like. Do I smell? Do my clothes smell? Like I can't afford the books. I can't buy lunch. I'm on government lunch. That kind of stuff. So that kind of like I guess expanded up until around the military time when I got out, and I was like, I need to kind of do something different, right? And then, but because I never really I never participated in sports and I never did things, right? So even going through basic training was kind of a struggle to me as far as like fitness, even though when I went in, I was 180. And I was in ROTC and we did things and stuff, but like, I still struggled even then, right? So like my whole, I guess, fitness level overall, not just the weight, but the fitness level overall has always been kind of low. And at some point in the military, the mindset just kind of changed of like, this is all political. It doesn't matter what you do, right? People are either going to like you or they're going to hang out with you on the weekends, right? And that's how you get promoted. And I wasn't that kind of person. So I basically stopped working out and, I was like, you know what? Listen, I'm just going to fucking live my life however the fuck I want, right? And I don't really care about the standards anymore. So, now when I was overseas, I was working out 8, 9 times a week, rucking through the mountains, and I got down to, like 170, like 9 or whatever. Taking $400 a month in supplements, planning my life around working out. And as much as I want to be back to that like body shape and that body like fitness level, like it was almost more exhausting doing that and trying to plan every single thing around that than just being fat and get winded going up the stairs. Right? Like I'd rather sit down and eat fucking 2 box meals and a fucking chalky milk and not have to be like, well, shit, I got 17 calories, so let me, get a toothpick out and scoop out some fucking cottage cheese, So, don't get me wrong, right? Like, I don't want to be like 260, 270, right? Like, if I could drop down and then kind of bulk back up, but still, have that dad bod-ish, right? Then I'd be good with that. But, military has ruined my knees and my back and my sleep. And, so I go to sleep, I wake up just as tired, if not more, than when I went to bed.
Yeah.
So by the time I get done with the 12-hour shift and then have to come home and, build a battery for, losers that want to put a lithium battery in their car, boots.
That was your idea, you cock cheese.
You need it,
like,
though.
by the
It's
time I
better
get
than
done
the
with that,
alternative.
Not wrong.
But, so I don't know, like there's a want there, but at the same time, there's just a kind of an exhaustion. And I know part of that's due to the weight. And if I get back out and I actually start working out and I start eating better, then I know I'll feel better and I'll be fine. But do I really want to go back to spending $400 a month in supplements and working out 3 times a day? And, so honestly,
I mean, it's not even that, bro. Like, even something as simple as like cutting. So, like for me, for instance, I cut out Red Bull and energy drinks in general, bro. Like, I don't drink energy drinks anymore. And these guys here know me. I would drink fucking
He'd crush 'em.
4 or 5 Red Bulls in a fucking day, dude. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, half of my garage
even
was
just stop
dedicated
drinking
to our
that
fucking
stuff.
crumpled monster cans, bro. Like, there was a mountain of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a habit that I picked up from military and being on deployment, is just constantly having that fucking caffeine in my body. Once I stopped that and I got over that like initial, I guess,
dip?
downhill dependency, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that dip, bro. Like, I feel so much better as like just an individual, dude. Like, I don't have those crashes anymore. I'm energetic. You know what I'm saying? I sleep a normal schedule now.
And you did the same thing as me. You ditched the fucking energy drinks just for good old run of the mill coffee, right?
Bro, and even coffee is once a week at that. I cold turkey any kind of caffeine pretty much.
Okay.
I still have a Coke here and there. I've never really been a big soda drinker to begin with. Waters, Gatorades, Powerades, and shit like that.
Ranch waters.
But even something as ranch waters. Even something as simple as, like I said, just cutting out that caffeine and it's the artificial caffeine and the amount of sugar that's in a Red Bull, or the artificial sugars. When you get the sugar free, it's not really sugar free. It's just
Aspartame,
actual sugar free. They just kind of fluff it with some other shit for taste. And that was kind of like my first step. Is I was like, well, I'll just skip over to the sugar-free Red Bulls because that's my drink of choice, or was my drink of choice. and I didn't notice any difference. And then when I just kind of cold turkeyed everything, granted, at the same time, I cold turkey nicotine and energy drinks.
Bold man.
So I think
That's brave.
I think that had a big. The thing of it is like, so my nicotine use isn't. I'm not dependent on it, man. Like, so when I'm at home, I have no urge for nicotine. I didn't want to smoke cigarettes or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm in like a social setting, I have, bad social anxiety and shit like that. That comes along with the PTSD and whatnot. It's like, fuck, dude, I need something to do. I need something to do. I need something. Smoke a cigarette. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm the same way, but with food. Like, I get bored and I'm like,
100%.
I don't have anything to do. So then I sit down and I pound a family-sized bag of Lay's and like an extra large dip can, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm good. And then like I'll sit down for another couple minutes and I'll be like, maybe like 4 cans of oysters won't be bad, And then I'm like, all right, cool.
Canned oysters, Jesus Christ.
So, like, what's up, Swiss? Like, what's going on? Next thing you know, the whole thing of cheese is gone. So then I'm like, well, shit, I just pounded 5,000 calories before dinner, and like, we're making steaks and potatoes, and so I'm like, I gotta eat dinner, and then after dinner, you have to have dessert because I'm a grown-up adult. So,
Yes. And then 2 hours later, when you're watching a movie, you gotta eat again.
Yeah, exactly. A thing of extra extreme butter popcorn. So
right.
Yeah, that's my issue. So
good. So I have to say that
for me, and like.
Oh, so I have.
I was gonna say for me, like God damn it, you motherfucker. So, anyways, like for me, another thing was like the job that I was at. These fucks know because I used to talk about my job all the fucking time when I was working at the VA, and the job didn't suck per se. The policies that surrounded it and the management that was put in place is really what really fucking sucked. Me and my supervisor butted heads all the time, and I used to troll the fuck out of him. Yeah, Steve. I used to fucking bro. I would send him memes like as a response to an email. Like that's the level of trolling I got to him.
I've done that. Not your boss.
But that level of stress was really like another just like stressor where I was like nicotine. I needed it. On top of that, I was working in a fucking hospital. There was no fucking windows. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna go outside. Now I'm outside. I'm at the smoke pit where everybody else is at. Everybody else is smoking. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette too. Now I'm smoking 2 cigarettes in my break.
That's part of the reason why I started vaping. Honestly, was like to take a break when I was in. Because even in the
that's
middle,
another thing. Yeah, you don't get a break in the army unless you smoke.
Yeah,
that was part of the reason why I started.
That's most jobs.
That's most jobs because because even like my job, like when I was with the VA, like you would get 2 15s and then your 30-minute lunch. However, your supervisor is usually lenient enough that like if you've already taken your breaks and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go hit a smoke break real quick, and he's like, yeah, no problem. But then everybody else is like, why does he get an extra break?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or depending on which 7 breaks. So
right.
Especially when you're in, because you get lucky and you get that Sergeant First Class or Master Sergeant that's like, oh, you're going back in? No. Come back out here and talk with me. And you're like, oh, okay.
What am I going to say? No,
yeah, right. Exactly. You're like, what the fuck am I going to say? If you get lucky enough, you get your first sergeant that's like, nah, come on. And you're just like, well,
or they put you in one of those classes.
Definitely not saying no to that.
And then you have
where it's like 50 minutes of like instruction, and then you get a 10-minute smoke break at the end of every hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, and the thing is too is like you have an excuse because if somebody asks you where you were at, you could just say I was talking to first sergeant. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, Sergeant. Do you want me to say no to the fucking first sergeant?
No, he's right out there.
The thing is like you
need to talk to him. He's right outside the door.
Yeah, like you didn't even have to like say I was smoking. You would just say I was with first sergeant. That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
So,
Jeremy, what's your thoughts on this?
I saw the old pictures of Boots, or not Boots, of fucking Barnes on deployment. And I say this with a homo preface, not a no homo. That was a beefy son of a bitch, boy. He had to cheat on him, big dog. Well, I was like, all right, I see you, Barnes. I think that a lot of outside of, I'll touch on that later. So to kind of circle back to like some of the double standard stuff that Will was talking about, I can't help but commend the Lizzos of the world. Not because I am attracted to Lizzo in any way, but because what she's doing for women's mental health is leaps and bounds over what she is condoning in poor physical health, right? And that's all great. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's really like kind of what this whole topic bottles down to, right? Is that I think it's more our mental health state that guides our thoughts and feelings and self-image about our physical state. And so for that reason, hey, more power to Lizzo. If big girls feel better about it and they can go about their day with a little fucking chip on their shoulder and a little kick in their step, then party on, Mike. I'm all for it. But
I would be willing to argue with you.
Well, hang on, I'm not done.
Wait, go ahead.
The problem I find with that is you can
hold on. Shut the fuck up, Jeremy.
yeah, you can feel good about it, but that doesn't mean that we're obligated to be attracted to you because you feel good about how you look. And again,
your mental health didn't make a 3 of 10.
But I'm not an asshole because I'm not attracted to it. That's just not my thing. And vice versa. Not everybody is into dad bods, but yet you get these fat bastards out there nowadays who think their shit don't stink because, dad bods are in. But you sloppy, dog. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, it isn't about your weight. It's about, you know what I mean? It's more of your mental health state. You know what I'm saying? How you carry yourself, how you present yourself, and the care that you take accordingly, you know? All right, I'm done. Go.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Barnes.
With what?
I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
He has a
okay.
Just
so
face.
I'll counter you with. Would you be willing to say that there's a pendulum to mental health versus, physical health? Like,
yeah, that's what I just said.
At some point. No, you just said other people don't have to accept it.
Well, you missed that part then.
No, I didn't.
Fine.
But I know I agree though that there at a certain point you have to consider physically how you're doing. Even it might not be immediate or anything like that, but if you're actually having medical problems due to weight, then it might be something you need to consider.
Ray, was that like your case, like mental health versus physical health? Like, did you prioritize your mental health a little bit more, and then you're like, "Fuck, this is too much"?
I didn't prioritize either. We're gonna be honest.
We just let go.
I really.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
I really let myself go over the past years, mentally and physically. Not trying to be a depressing motherfucker, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I think that would still go along with if you're
stop yelling at me.
If you're struggling mentally, then
I think they played hand in hand, honestly.
Yeah, like you're gonna let go because you're struggling mentally, and hopes that you're not too worried about it, and you wouldn't increase the mental burden. If that makes sense.
Yeah, see, I think a big thing too is like job, right? Because the job that I'm in, I work 12s. They're swing shifts. So I've got 2 flips from days to nights on either end of the month. And then I work 12s. And we're dealing with a bullshit union in our security department that's just garbage. And don't get me wrong, the company's great that I work for, right? But we're one of the lowest paid departments in the entire company, right? But yet we keep up on the most quals. We do the most extra stuff. We take on more responsibility than everybody else, right? And we still get paid less. And
We're
I'm on the
flexible,
kick
right?
right now of kind of, what's that?
So weird flex, but all right.
Yeah, well, but I'm on a kick right now where like I'm trying to like get to either another department or get to supervisor within my department. And so I'm in the process of taking on a lot of stuff that normal people wouldn't take on, right? So there's a lot of extra stress there, but I know the job that I'm going for, the IT department, I did a 3 week study with them a couple years ago, and I did more work there than I did in the security department, but it was just it was kind of more relaxing work, right? So like it wasn't necessarily like fulfilling,
It's smoother.
but yeah, it was a much smoother day. It was a much easier work environment,
and probably a little bit more rewarding.
kind of. I mean, it's 50-50.
More you have more of like a sense of accomplishment on a daily. Sure.
Yeah,
I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
kind of depends. Now, in the role that I'm in currently, now that because I've picked up more extra duties, the work that I'm doing now is kind of more fulfilling than just replacing John Doe's, computer keyboard because he spilled Coke on it, or having to walk in there and be like, "Well, you unplugged your monitor, so not really rewarding."
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, if you're
The
tier 1
colonels.
support, you're super.
The
you're
colonels.
super helpful.
Yeah. The colonels every time, bro. The colonels every fucking time, dude. In the military.
Well, did you
They're just
plug
like,
your
I can't
system?
figure out why my
Did you plug your
I can't
system
figure out
in?
why my laptop isn't working. You haven't charged your laptop. When was the last time you charged your laptop, sir? It's been about 3 weeks. Well, no fucking shit. Plug it in, sir.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, I think job has a lot to do with it, though. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Why is Ray muted?
100% because he probably muted himself.
God damn it, you
My
chubby
bad.
fingered bastard.
He had to bust ass and then he forgot.
Yeah.
My headset died, so I'm trying not to have the speakers play into the mic and be annoying. So.
No, Ray, do you think your job plays a role? Because I know you also are slave to massa. Do you think your job plays a role in being able to get physically fit, or?
I want to say yes, but I can't because I can always go out in the plant and walk around. It's a massive plant, so I can't blame it all on the job.
How many nugs are we talking about in this plant?
How many what?
How many nugs are we talking about in this plant?
I'm talking about there's a shit ton of stairs in this
About
plant.
1,500, maybe 4,000.
Dude.
That
That was a
Right over
510
his
joke.
Lego
movie.
hair.
Well, it was more like a 420 joke, but
Listen, man, I'm goody two shoes, and I knew what he was talking about.
I
I didn't think we were talking about
Um,
vegetables, did you? God knows you don't know anything about those.
Don't know.
his fat ass instantly went to chicken nuggets.
Hey. I like me some nuggies.
I do like me some
You
nuggets.
eat 6
boy.
things and 2 of them are chicken nuggets.
Dino nuggies.
So yeah, like I want to just because whatever, but honestly, it's just me. I just need to get out and just do my thing,
So-
which is what I'm working on.
I was gonna say, so then why don't? I was gonna say, so why don't you?
What,
Is it that mental barrier?
yeah,
Or
it's
like-
all mental, man. I just and don't get me wrong, like it still is hard because like I try and exercise and then my body starts hurting, but I just need to get over that mental barrier and just know that
Do you want me to
afterwards,
text.
it'll be okay, but
See, one thing
still
that
working on
You want me
that.
to text you at like certain?
So
You want me to text you at like certain times and be like, "Hey, walk, fat fuck."
I mean, yeah, you can.
Send me the
Fuck
times.
you.
I have nothing better to do with my time, bro. I'm a fucking college student.
Yeah, bro. Bullying
I know
is
for
our love
me,
language,
like,
man. We'll
High
let you
impact
know.
shit ends up being a problem. My knees hate me. So that's why I got a bike. I know I'm better with a bike. I'll actually hit that instead of actually walking. I'm not lapping this neighborhood more than fucking once. But I know I like riding a bike, so I bought one. And I've been on that shit almost daily. So Maybe you need to
I
swim.
can see his ass with. He's got one of those little fucking ringy bells on his fucking handlebars.
I should.
Ding,
Let me get one. I'm about to order one now.
Like, I know one thing that helped me, and this is more toward Ray, which, by the way, you're muted again, so you need to quit busting ass. I know one thing that helped me, and I'm not going to tell you how long it helped me, but one thing that helped me out was like I stopped drinking sodas like altogether, right? Kind of like what Rodney said, and I did that for as far as the sodas and stuff for about 6 weeks. Just quit altogether, right? After that 6 weeks, I kind of got back into, all right, well, I'll have a, sugar-free, here and there, right? Or, have a regular soda like once a week, right? Just to kind of reward myself for another week progress. But I also changed up to, like, I say less processed foods, but, I mean, everything's processed now. But, like, switching more to, like, tuna and, wheat thins and stuff like that, right? Because tuna, you can really change. You just go get a bunch of the, like, seasoning packets, right? That you would, like, marinate chicken and stuff like that in, right? And just dump the whole fucking packet into, like, 4 cans of tuna. And it's, like, 350 calories.
They make pre-marinated tuna.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Right?
It's not. It's not the
I could
same.
literally eat all day long and only put in like 500 calories, but I'm literally like my eating habit didn't change. I just changed what I actually ate, and I stayed full all day long, and I probably pounded like 1,000 calories a day. And then I also swapped over to like the diet green teas. I know they're not like great, but I mean,
Baby steps.
It beats drinking soda. A whole 12 pack of soda in one day, which I was doing. And like,
Sparkling water is a big step too.
Yeah,
It's actually
water.
bad if you find
I concur because my aunt was trying to get more in shape, and that was one thing she cut was soda. It's like it's like we're a big Pepsi family, so that's something that we all drink.
Ew, why?
Get out.
That's what's wrong
Get out.
with you.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, I was on board with just about everything, but you got even the fucking weird diet. But you gotta get the fuck out of here with your fucking fly-by-night cola company. Get the fuck out of here.
How does that even work? And what do you mean we're a Pepsi family? Like,
Yeah.
I was raised Presbyterian and we only drink Pepsi. My forefathers drank Pepsi.
Listen,
Ford versus
What
Ferrari.
the fuck does that even mean?
Rodney's met my dad. If you've met my dad, all he drinks is Gatorade and 2 liters of Pepsi. That's it.
Yeah.
And then coffee in the morning.
no.
There's a guy at my work
Yeah,
that
no, I don't think.
that-
I actually don't even think I've ever seen him drink a Gatorade. It's literally just Pepsi and coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, what is that,
man. I love him to
fucking
death. He's cool. But he's
Cali
weird.
Muscle? Didn't he do some shit like that? It was like Pepsi and instant coffee in prison or some shit like that. That was his caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude's just like on a whole fucking another level because he was talking about like how he got big off of just fucking ramen noodles, dude.
The 6,000 calorie ramen.
Any way he could get calories
Yeah,
in.
I
he
need
would
to do
do
that.
He would just eat like 5 or 6 packets of ramen in one setting, bro, while he was in prison.
Oh, I don't know about that,
It
Chief.
hurts to think about.
That's a lot of ramen.
It's all a fucking
Dude, I told my wife,
I love
if I could go to
I love
Disney for a
ramen, but
year-
that's a lot of ramen.
Yeah. So as far as substitutes and stuff, I've realized in my old age here that, man, as much as I love beef, and I really love beef doesn't fucking.
I bet
love
you do.
me. I do. I fucking do. So something that we've done is we've pretty much substituted all ground beef with ground turkey or ground chicken.
Don't fucking say turkey.
Ground
Get the
fucking
fuck out.
turkey is delicious, bro. Not in like burgers. Like, I'm not a psychopath, but like anywhere where like, and I still eat steak and I still smoke briskets, but anywhere that I can substitute in like a ground turkey versus a ground beef, I will. And I think it's better in every
some
way.
lazy
It's more
spaghetti or some
flavorful.
bullshit?
It's,
Bro, you're fucking weak, bro.
it's not me, man. I'm just tired of like either not shitting for 4 days
Fucking weak.
or shitting 4 minutes after I eat it. I'm not okay with either one.
Now
of
you
them.
know. Now you know how I feel.
No,
Now you know how
listen,
I
bro.
feel.
I am lactose intolerant, bro, and I don't give a fuck. I'm drinking the fucking milk. I'm eating the goddamn cheese,
Neat.
and I'm fucking dealing with the consequences. I don't care.
Generally
Yeah, I
speaking,
will never
yes,
give up
but
cheese.
I'm still
don't care.
mindful of my decisions.
Well, you need to be mindful of
Whatever
that
that
haircut next time you get one.
Yeah, bro. Who's your barber, bro?
I can't hear him. I can't hear him.
What's his name?
Steve?
What's your barber's name?
I was supposed to get one today, but I was lazy. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to go.
Because you need to piece that motherfucker up.
I know. It kind of fell. I threw it together right before we started, and I just whatever.
Yeah, you know that just fuck my shit up meme?
I'll go to
Yeah,
Farney's
that's you right now,
fucking.
bro.
I'll go to Farney's barber and get a matching do. Maybe he'll cut my hairline back to here.
They did him dirty on that one.
They did. That was bad.
Listen, man, like they did him dirty.
Yeah. No, man, I haven't had a good.
I'm not even mad that he complained.
Yeah, I haven't had a good fucking haircut since I left Georgia.
Good old
In
Steve.
summer of 2019. If that pieces anything together for you.
Jeez.
I don't even think the same people work at that barber shop, man.
Yeah, Steve does. He still works there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I think
I would
Gail
like to note
owned-
that, like, just
owned part of that shop, so I
Just
think
a
he's still there.
a solid like haircut and like a beard trim will really change your perspective on how you feel about yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
See,
After
that's another
haircut day,
thing,
you
right?
can't-
Oh
Holy
yeah,
shit.
dude, yeah.
Because like I have
You feel like a
3 pair
fucking
of jeans.
boss.
I've got like 3 pair of jeans, 4 t-shirts, right? Like a dress shirt and a half. Because for whatever reason, I like to work on cars in regular fucking clothes.
Same.
You know, so like when I go out and when I do things, like I'm always wearing the same clothes, right? Because my regular work clothes, they're not regular clothes, right? They get uniforms provided, security uniform.
Bro, do you want some T-shirts? I've got like dozens.
yeah, but he's
You
gonna
guys
have
aren't
to
the same
sew
size,
3
bro.
of them
Yeah.
together.
Some of them are larges.
That motherfucker gonna be wearing a crop top, bro. His fucking guts gonna be sticking out everywhere.
Hey,
It does that anyway.
speaking of, I have
Bro,
a
I got
great
larges.
picture from Jeremy that I'm gonna have to send y'all. That shit was great.
Oh, I think I already
Wait,
sent
what?
it to him. The little shirt.
Yeah, the fucking extra medium.
Hey, does that actually
real
fit me?
size?
I was gonna say, does that actually fit me?
Maybe
I was
did
gonna
when
keep it,
first
but it
came,
doesn't
not
fit Jen
now.
either.
Oof.
Interesting.
I can't.
I'm gonna stay quiet.
I can't hear Barnes at all. Like I have to get like my fucking ear on the speaker to hear anything you're saying.
Well, open your goddamn ears that I can fucking hear him.
No, everybody else
Barnes,
is like a
I'm gonna have to
normal
get you a
volume.
better
I just
mic, big
can't hear
dog.
Barnes.
No, everybody else is wearing fucking headphones.
Except Ray's, his died.
Yeah, literally the half of us don't.
The top
Well,
row is.
Anyway,
But
whatever.
yeah, Barnes, I'm gonna get you a better mic, big dog. Like I'm already gonna be paying you for work on the car, so
No,
I'll throw
have
in a
good
tip
mic.
there at the end.
I don't know what the issue is. Like I have a DAC and everything. Like I don't know what the problem is. So
Department of the Army civilian,
You-
like what?
No, he need to get that webcam so he can do the podcast on his computer.
yeah. I was gonna go by Walmart after work and go pick up a 1080 because I have one, but it's a 760 and it's like Minecraft. So
It's all right. Riverside thinks I'm in 576p right now.
I don't know. I'd be playing Minecraft with a 1660 Super, and life's still good. So
Is that even?
I don't know what he
What?
said. I was gonna try to
He's talking
go.
about Minecraft.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What?
So yeah, I guess to
man.
sum it up a little bit.
What are we summing up?
What?
The mental affects the physical.
Yeah.
Both of them are fucked. You're probably fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Thanks. Taking my thunder.
Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Yeah.
Get you a man that can do both.
So yeah, if I can contradict everything we've said in the last 59 minutes, dad bods still have horsepower. It's not just every fat guy out there. Okay, get your fucking life together.
I'm trying.
That's the thing. Like, okay, so that's one of the things that like I never understood was like, so like people think just because you got a little bit of fucking meat on your bones, bro, like you don't have any strength to you.
Oh no,
Dude, quite the opposite, actually. So I typically know more bigger people that are stronger than the smaller people. So, Will may be able to run 6 miles, and I can run fucking 16 feet to the fridge to grab a block of cheese. Like I guarantee you, I could lift like 4 times Will's weight. So.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Jeremy has seen what I could lift, and I have worn Jeremy's ass. Actually, I've worn 3 of these motherfuckers' asses out at the fucking gym.
Yeah, he's a strong motherfucker.
And literally had
you
them
don't look
fucking
like
crying.
It, he's a strong son of a bitch.
Got that retard strength.
God damn it, y'all got him excited.
But I think that's also kind of like a misconception though. It's like, especially when I was in, everybody would comment that, oh man, you don't weigh anything, so it's easy for you to do, push-ups or something like that.
It is.
Yeah.
But like
double
it is. But you try lifting 200. You try lifting 220 pounds.
You
off the
have to think
ground.
about it this way though. Like my muscles are accustomed to lifting 120 pounds. Your muscles are accustomed to lifting however much you weigh. Like it's not any different.
Not.
Lower body, I'll buy that. Upper body,
like,
I will
My
not.
back and my knees tell a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, because people used to try to pull that all the time when it comes to like fucking we do pull-ups and shit like that. And granted, yes, little body, little muscles. However,
It's
bro, it's
disproportionate
fucking hard to
after
pull
a certain
fucking
point.
215. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that disproportionate to a certain extent, but
It definitely helps you on the run. So
Yeah.
what
I
Brian's
mean,
saying
yeah,
on
it definitely
lower body,
does help me on the run. I will say that. I will not.
No. I'll argue that you're there too because like, so for me, like I said, the lowest I've been in my adulthood was 195 when I came back from deployment. I usually float around 205. While I was in the military, it was 205 to right around 208. Max in the Marine Corps was 209 for my height at 6 foot tall.
Mhm.
Ours is 180.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so for 6 foot tall in the Marine Corps, it was 209 was the max I could weigh. And I usually floated between 205 and 208. And even these days, I'm still floating around 220, 225. So I'm not insanely bigger than I was while I was in.
Well, if you don't fuck off with those LEDs, I'm gonna develop epilepsy.
I was still running 3 miles at 17:30, bro. So I will argue you all there.
Yeah, I was running like 1.75 miles in 17:30.
Yeah. You weren't running, bro. You were power walking.
I was slower than the walkers, dude. Like it was fucking terrible.
Don't sleep on the walkers,
But- okay, so-
because everybody used to talk shit. Because OT, you're lucky you got to walk. Do it with me, motherfucker. Let's go.
Try the walk.
Yep.
Try the
That
fucking
walk
walk,
sucks.
but
That-
try it at my
that-
pace.
It'll hurt your hips, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it will, because it's all in the hips. If you're not fucking old lady mall walking it, you ain't making it. Big
Motherfucker
dog.
salsa.
Bro,
But you do.
I watch you guys walk, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I could
I
not
tried
do it. I would have to run. I could
The
not.
other side of that is it's a blessing to not have to train for the cardio event. But on the other hand, God, dude, I just want to run and get this shit over with too, man. Because at my
that's my
fastest,
thing.
I can do 2.5 miles in right around 29 minutes, and that is fucking getting it. And it hurts, dude. I want to be done. If I could just jog this shit out and like do 6120s and get it over with, I would love to, but I fucking can't. But on that note,
So
as far as like big dudes versus little dudes, the Army moved to the ACFT, which is now a 6-event
Yep.
PT test, and
a combat fitness test.
yes, these little dudes, these wills of the unit that were clouded because they don't have to fight through anything to do a sit up, and they run their 2 miles in a flat.
Oh, my
14
sit-ups
and
were
just
my
get it.
worst. Sit-ups
This
were always
one
my
is
worst, man. It's
big,
the only thing I didn't max.
friendly. You
So-
have to have real horsepower to make it happen.
Yeah. So for the Marine Corps, when I was in, they switched over to a CFT. Well, you did. So you ran 2 of them. You ran in parallel. In the fall/winter, you ran your PFT. Spring/summer, you ran your CFT. And your PFT is your run, crunches, and pull-ups.
Hmm.
And that's it. Out of 300, 20 pull-ups is 100 points. 100 crunches is 100 points. 18-minute 3 mile is 100 points. And then, it kind of decreases from each. Well, the CFT that they implemented was bigger dude friendly because it was, you would like sprint, bear crawl, low crawl, and then when you got to the end, you threw a grenade, and then you had to fireman carry someone else back all the way the 100 yards back. And then once you got the 100 yards back, turn around and like buddy drag them. You know what I'm talking about, where you just drag them by their upper body.
Like a double arm under.
And then you get right underneath their arms. Drag them about 50 yards. When you get to the 50 yards, you pick up 2 ammo cans that were about 50 pounds each. They were filled with sand or whatever the fuck they filled them with. Sprint the 50 yards through like a little fucking zigzag pattern. And then when you get to the end, you drop, you do 10 push-ups or whatever the fuck it is, and you're gassed by this point. And then you sprint back to another 100 yards.
Yeah, see, I was looking at the ACFT or whatever the initials are, and I was looking at it, I was like, dude, I could do that. Like,
Yeah, you can. Each
Right.
individual. Sorry, I can't. I just can't hear you. I don't know. I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I was saying that the hardest part was like the 2-mile run. But the 2-mile run's like the same time that I was running it before, and I was already gassed out just by doing a couple of push-ups and a couple of sit-ups, So I've actually been thinking about setting up like an ACFT course just to see if I can do it, like even where I am.
No, the thing of it is, dude, is like you could actually absolutely do it, because like when I looked at like the PFT versus CFT, the PFT was really for like the skinny dudes, bro. They excelled at that. Granted, I was always 280, 285 on my PFTs.
Sure.
But when it came to the CFT, bro, I fucking murdered that fucking game. Because the skinny dudes, they're gassed out by the time they fucking firemen carry someone halfway back.
Yeah, because it's an event
and a lot of times they never
weight.
Right. Well, the person your fireman carry isn't the lightest person in the fucking company.
Never is. Granted,
for me, I was the lightest person in my fucking platoon. So, it's always just someone in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So like the skinny dudes are really fucked on that one.
Yeah, they went.
What you got, Ray? You unmuted yourself for a minute, so you got something.
It's the deadlift. I think you got to pull with like 340 pounds to max it, and then you do a medicine ball throw. It's up over the top of your head and backwards. I'll admit that while horsepower helps, technique is 95% of that game, because people either fucking.
I'm rocketing that motherfucker into fucking.
It takes some practice.
Planet,
I believe
bro.
you can do it, but it takes some practice, because it's all in like how you release and when you release the ball. Because people will launch that fucker 50 feet in the air with every bit of horsepower they got, and it lands 6 feet behind them, and they fail. And other people
release
it and bash that fucker into the ground directly behind them. So it's a lot of technique there, and then it's a hand release push up, but you max it like 50.
Release is absolutely everything, bro. That's how I ended up with 5 kids.
This guy. This fucking guy. Yeah, the hand release push up is again, it fucks the little guys. If you got you a nice fucking panza on you, you're a little further away from the ground when you release. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, man. I rocked my pot belly. I went forward, dropped my shoulders down, and rocked that fucker straight back up and did one of those. You know, I knocked out all 50 of them. The sprint drag carry will fucking gas you, and that's the event that pretty much kills everybody. It's 25 yards out, 25 yards back. So you sprint there and back. You drag a 90-pound sled there and back. You do like the little side straddle thing there and back. And then you do like, I think it's like 90 pounds in each hand, farmer carry there and back, and then sprint there and back. I promise.
See, the thing of it is,
you'll pass. But
the thing of it
fucking
is,
done.
bro, it's all mental though, bro. Because like if you can keep going while you're gassed, you're solid, bro. Like, because that's me. I will keep pushing when I'm gassed until I fucking drop. I don't care. But there's some people where they just get the slightest bit fucking gasp and they're like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, bro, just breathe a little bit, dude. You're good. Take your deep breaths and keep fucking, keep pushing on.
Isn't it the same ACFT that they're bringing back like separate gender scales for, because like 90 some odd % of women would have been like kicked out of the army going on the men's scale?
That's an odd claim, but I know that originally it was a unisex, uni-age scale, but since the different revisions that they've made leading up to its official release, giggity, most recently, I heard that they are definitely splitting. I know that they categorized you based on your MOS, and so there were
90,
3 different
44.
minimums. It didn't change the grading scale, but like if you were, like the combat guys had to pass with a 70, and the fucking hospital goobs had to pass with a 60, like like the normal PT test.
The thing of it is though, is like sometimes, bro, like those female requirements are a bit fucking harder. So like in the Marine Corps, our PFT is push-ups, pull-ups, crunches. Well, the females are run, crunches, pull-ups. The females have a different pull-up where they do the flex arm hang. So they hang right here, and once their chin drops below the bar, that's when it's timed differently. I don't know about you guys, bro, but if you've ever tried fucking hanging for a minute and a half,
time goes by
that
slow when you up there, boy.
That shit fucking sucks, bro, and most males cannot pass that.
Yep.
It's brutal. You're up there and you're like, what was that? Like 22, 23 seconds? It was 6, bro.
3 seconds.
6 fucking seconds. And you're going, no fucking way up there, like it's harder than it looks.
So I pulled up the ACFT calculator score. Just curious at what the time frames and numbers are. For bare minimum passing, 60 points per event. Deadlift for 3 reps is 144 pounds. Standing power throw with the medicine ball is 7 meters, so 21 feet. Hand release push-ups, you have to do 10 in 2 minutes. Or actually, no, I think this is no time frame. As long as you keep rolling. The sprint and drag carry. Okay. The sprint and drag carry is 2 minutes and 32 seconds for bare minimum passing. The plank is 1 minute and 16 seconds. Now this is at my
232 is to max. It's like 4 minutes to pass the fucking sprint and drag carry, bro.
For my age group, 34, it's 2 minutes and 32 for bare minimum.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to consider sometimes with the age groups they go up in their requirements.
Yep.
Oh no,
the plank is 1 minute 16.
Go ahead.
The plank is 1 minute 16 seconds, and a 2 mile run is 22 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think the issue is people passing. But what I enjoy about the ACFT is because it is more a task-based PT test. it's more, you say, oh, 140, that's easy. Well, that's easy for you at 200 plus pounds. But we had a Vietnamese girl in our unit. She was 90 pounds, bro. 140 was a time and a half her fucking body weight, bro. That's like asking me to pick 500 pounds up off the ground, equivalent wise. So, but
Well,
I like
the thing of it is though is like,
but go ahead.
the thing of it is though is like, so like a lot of us were happy when the Marine Corps came out with the CFT, and it's because like it was actual related to what you might be doing in combat.
Correct.
Vice, bro, nobody needs to fucking run a 3-mile fucking run in under 18 minutes to fucking when you're in combat. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Right. Like, do I need to fucking do 20 pull-ups when I'm in the middle of fucking combat? No, I might need to pull myself up over fucking a few walls, but hey, the thing of it is like, you don't realize is you have that adrenaline running when you're in the middle of a firefight. And so you don't even think twice about pulling yourself up over a fucking wall, bro. You're up and over that bitch, and that's that. You're like, keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood the PFT in terms of, oh, well, we need to use this to gauge your physical fitness and how you're gonna do in combat, because it has nothing to do with combat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was the plan with the ACFT as well. Whereas a hand release, it's more like explosiveness as opposed to just muscle memory. How many times can you bounce off that grading point where your elbows are at the right angle? It's more, and same thing. They got rid of the leg tuck, which has been a political fucking mumbo jumbo, whatever. But they've moved to the plank. That's another one of those events where it seems really easy, but the time is going by really slow on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoy it. It's definitely more big dude friendly. I did really fucking well at it. But it's definitely going to spread the pack, right? So the Army traditionally also had a 300-point a PT scale, and so the difference between in terms of promotion and all that stuff, the difference between like a 240 and a 280 ain't that fucking much. And one may not be more fit than the other. They just slay at one category. You know what I mean? Or the other. Whereas this 6-event PT test, you actually have to fucking be fit. You can scrape by on the bare minimums, but if you actually want to be competitive for promotion and for blah, 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 you have to actually be fucking fit and get it and have some real horsepower, because you can't skim it.
Yeah. That was always like the problem in the Marine Corps, though, bro. Like, if you could run fast, you were getting promoted.
Yep.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if you knew your fucking job or not, bro. And I'm sure it was like that way in the fucking early Army times before they introduced this ACFT or whatever the fuck they're calling it. If you could run, you're a good Marine.
Right.
Promote above peers because he is fast.
And you're
fast
out there
as fuck,
running
boy.
PT, so you look like a fucking stud.
Yeah, but he doesn't know a fucking damn thing about his job. So promote him above his peers, and then that's how you get the fuck up to promote up.
Right.
Sad, but
I got that all the time. Oh fuck! Oh, T's broke. Oh, T's fat. Oh, T can't run. T's one of the walkers. Whose fucking phone is blowing up when y'all are trying to drag a 400-pound tan across the motor pool and the fucking forklifts are down? Or when you fucking, you know what I mean? Like, who you really calling when you got to pick shit up?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The fat guy, the broken guy, the guy on a walking profile, the guy on a, you know what I mean?
Well, this one's been good. Y'all look forward to seeing Ray and Barnes in some more episodes.
Where the fuck has he been?
I think Ray's headphones died or something like that. Now he can't hear because he's deaf.
Holy shit! There he is.
Yeah. He didn't want to echo, and then Barnes has been echoing this whole fucking time.
I didn't even know Barnes was talking until about the 45-minute mark.
Well, Jeremy, maybe if you stop talking for 2 seconds, maybe we would all else talk as well.
I can't.
All
hear you.
else talk. Is that
You
English?
sound,
We would
dude, I know
also
you
talk
make
as
good money
well.
on the phone sex line, but you don't have to use that voice with us.
Anyways, look forward to seeing them in some more.
Episodes.
I will fly to El Paso right now and fuck you.
I wish you fucking would. I'm not in El Paso.
Anyways, this has been fun. Barnes, it's been nice having you.
Yeah.
Ray, it's been nice watching you sit there.
I talk okay. I just this. Yeah.
You got a purty mouth.
And we'll catch y'all next episode. Later.